Gomorrah by Roberto Saviano, a picador classic that was written in 2006, and I imagine a lot of what is described that happened back in 2006 is still relevant to today. There's an introduction by Misha Glenny, and basically Roberto is a native of Naples who decided to look into the system, the organisation that we know as the Camorra, and he exposes the extortion, the corruption, the killing and the terrible, terrible things that many of these families who are involved in the system get up to. And it's quite frightening to think there is a whole industry that actually goes around the world. It's not just limited to Naples. I had been recommended this book before my trip to Naples, and I got back 2 or 3 weeks ago, picked up a copy and was quite interested to read it, having been to Naples. Now, I did actually go to a bookshop whilst there because, you know, it was on my radar. And I went to the bookshop, and as you can see, they had an awful lot of literary travel, literary wanderlust books that, really piqued our interest. But did they have a copy of Gomorrah? No, they didn't. And in retrospect, I think probably wisely so, because Roberto Saviano, having published his book, has been since 2006 under armed guard. He's still alive, but he has lost his freedom because there is a death threat hanging over his head because of this expose. And I guess if I was a bookseller in Naples, I probably wouldn't want to risk my life by putting it on the shelves. Anyway, I am now in England and I have read the book, and I am aghast at what goes on within the system. The book opens at Naples port, where a container is being moved around and it tips and it happens to open up, and a whole load of frozen bodies fall out, drop out. And these are Chinese people, very poor Chinese people, who have paid a certain sum every week, month, whatever, to be repatriated when they die, to be buried in a specific place. But the system has taken their money and has just shipped them off in this container, and where they are going to rot, probably in the sea, I don't know. But it just is a stonking opener to this book. And then towards the end he talks about all the terrible things that go into ground fill. It's appalling, because people live on top of this and they die of cancers because there is so much toxic waste that is industrially buried by the system. So when you start to think and probe all the areas in which they are involved, it is a very frightening setup, and it still goes on today. So I think it will be illuminating if you decide you want to go to Naples to pick up this book, because it is quite a challenge to read. It is illuminating. It is really quite scary that there is a huge industry involving so many people, so many families, and it's still going on today and nothing can be done about it.